And welcome to day 10 of 31 days of Halloween. So yes, today I am Harley Quinn. So I love this costume so much, and you guys have already seen this if you follow my paranormal channel, because during Friday the 13th week earlier this year, this was one of the costumes that I wore on one of the days. So yeah, I love this costume so much, so I just had to bring it back for 31 days of Halloween. And yeah, I also did my makeup. My heart is not the best, but it'll do. It's alright. It's really big. I didn't make it, I didn't mean to make it that big. But yeah, and then I got my lipstick and like all my eyeshadow, and yeah, I just love it. And I also just realized that my lights, my projector light, it is the same color as my costume. It's sort of red and blue, so I kind of match my projector light today, which is kind of funny. But yeah, I love this costume so much, and yeah, I just, like I said, had to bring it back for 31 days of Halloween because it's just so much fun. So yeah, so I have the whole costume. I've got the Daddy's Little Monster jacket, and then, oh, not jacket, shirt, and then the Property of Joker jacket. I hope you guys can see that. And of course I got the sparkly shorts as well. Yeah, I just love this costume so much. And then I've got the put-in choker, and yeah, so that is my Harley Quinn costume. I love it. Alright, so for today's video, as you guys can see by the title, I'm going to be telling you guys my top 5 favorite haunted houses. So these are not in any particular order. These are just my top 5 favorite haunted houses that I've ever gone through. So it is a mix of houses from Fright Night and Halloween Horror Nights, since I went to Halloween Horror Nights last year. And yeah, so I have haunted houses from those events, and I chose my favorite ones and mix them all into a pile. So these are, like I said, not in any particular order. They're just like my favorite haunted houses that I've ever gone through. So the first one I have is The Conjuring. So one year at Fright Night, I forget what year it was it 2016 maybe? They had the Conjuring maze, and it was so good. It was obviously based off of the Conjuring movie, and they like brought it back the next year, and it wasn't as good because it didn't feel like the same house. I feel like they kind of changed some parts of it, and it just wasn't the same. So it was a lot better the first year, and it was a really, really good house the first year that I went through it. So yeah, that definitely had to be on my list because it was just so good, and the effects in it were really good, and yeah, I definitely loved that one a lot. So The Conjuring was really, really good. Alright, so the next one is Stranger Things, which was a house that I went through last year at Halloween Horror Nights, and it was amazing. So last year the house was based off of season 2 and 3, and they first did the house the year before, and that was based off of season 1. And the one they did like in 2018 that was based off of season 1 looked even like more incredible than the one last year. But the one last year was really, really good, and as a fan of the show, it was just so, like, it was so good, and it was so like nostalgic, and I just loved it so much, and I felt like I was inside of the show when I was walking through it, and it was so, so good. It was one of the first houses of the night that I went through, and it was just amazing. And yeah, it was definitely good. I know a lot of people didn't really like it, but because they didn't think it was as good as like the one like the year before, but I really liked it, so I just had a really great time in that house. So yeah, that definitely has to be on my list as well. Alright, so the next one is another one from Halloween Horror Nights, and that is Graveyard Games. So Graveyard Games was one that Universal created themselves last year. So that one was set in a graveyard, obviously, and the story of it was that there were teenagers who were kind of like destroying the graveyard, and like, you know, like destroying like tombstones and like just causing havoc in the graveyard, and it was awakening the spirits, and the spirits were very angry, and the spirits were trying to get back at the teenagers like throughout the house. So because they were angry that they were destroying their graveyard. So that was the story of Graveyard Games, and the sets were amazing in this house, and it was just so well done, and I just loved it. So, and you guys know me, I love anything to do with like graveyards and ghosts and stuff like that. So yeah, that was a really, really good one last year. Alright, so the next one is the Halloween house that was at Fright Night. So that was in 2018, I believe, was the Halloween house, and then they brought it back. Oh no, was it 2017? Yeah, 2017 was the first year they had the Halloween house, and then they brought it back in 2018. So again, it was good the first year and not as good the second year that I went, because it felt like a little bit different. So yeah, it was good the first year that they did it, and it just felt like you were inside of the movie, and the Michael Myers were like really creepy, and yeah, it was just really well done. And Halloween is one of my favorite movies, like the original Halloween, and yeah, I just loved going through the haunted house. So it was really good, especially the first year that they did it. So yeah, because it seemed like a totally different house like the last time I went through it, like the second year when they brought it back. But yeah, definitely the first time was a lot better. So but yeah, I don't know, I just really loved the first year that they did it more than the second year. So yeah, I loved that one as well. And then the last one is Universal Monsters. So this was one that was at Halloween Horror Nights last year, and it was one of the houses that they created themselves, and I talked a little bit about it in the Halloween Horror Nights tag video, day 1 of 31 Days of Halloween, because I had a good like scare actor experience in that house. And again, this was a really, really cool designed house. The sets in it were amazing. There was this scene where it was, I think it was it the Phantom of the Opera? I can't remember like what monster it was, but there was a scene and they were in like a bell tower, and this scare actor had to like pull on a rope, and like the rope would like, he would pull on it, and then it would make like a bell chime sound, and he would like go up and down, and it was such a cool effect. Obviously he was on like wires, and he was like going up and down, but it was such a cool effect. I'd never seen something like that in a haunted house before, and it was so cool. So yeah, I loved that house so much, and I got a really good scare at the end of it, as you guys know from the Halloween Horror Nights tag, that I talked about that. So yeah, I just loved that house so much. That was one of my top favorite houses at Halloween Horror Nights last year. It was a really, really good one. Alright, so that is the entire list. So yeah, sorry that this video was quite short, but yeah, I just wanted to share with you guys some of my favorite haunted houses that I have gone through. I've gone through quite a few haunted houses now, thanks to Halloween Horror Nights last year, because last year at Halloween Horror Nights they had 10 haunted houses, and I went through all of them, and it was amazing. So I think my light is dying. Hang on, there we go, just gonna brighten it up a little bit. I need to charge it. But yeah, so it was an amazing event last year, and sadly it's cancelled this year, Halloween Horror Nights as well as Fright Night. So no haunted houses for me this year, which is really sad, but next year hopefully Fright Night will be even better and bigger than before. So definitely going back next year, and definitely doing the VIP tour. I like can't go back now to like the normal like admission ticket, because it just isn't as good. So the VIP tour is totally worth it at Fright Night. So yeah, definitely doing that next year, and hopefully the event will be like amazing, and I can't wait to go back next year. So but unfortunately we can't do it this year, so sad face. But yeah, so that is the end of the video. So I hope that you guys liked it, and let me know in the comments below what are your favorite haunted houses that you have ever been in, and have you gone through any of these haunted houses? Let me know. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all tomorrow for day 11 of 31 Days of Halloween. Alright, bye guys.